Steve Gutzler is the president of Leadership Quest, a Seattle-based leadership development company. He recently was voted #1 by the readership of Huffington Post as the most inspirational leader on social media. Having coached and trained CEOs, presidents, professional athletes, and world-class organizations, Steve's insights have gained a reputation around the world.
Every week, every day, we're influencing people. And one of the keys is that we not jump to judgment, that we don't retaliate in kind, that we pause before reacting immediately. The #1 trait of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. Understanding that your mood, your attitude, and your emotion is absolutely contagious. And a lot of leaders today are self-sabotaging. They're working really hard and they're doing lots of great work, but they get to that moment of stress and they'll actually self-sabotage themselves. When we talk about leadership, I like this simple definition. It's being a positive influence, what we just talked about. The influence that you bring every single day to your team, to your clients, to your customers. Number 2, the impact, your ability to execute and drive results. And the third thing is inspiring others to greatness. But really, the key is going to come down to those 17% moments. But if you want to have great potential, if you want to be a true leader of influence, you're going to learn to master those moments. All the statistics say that most of us operate at our very optimum levels about 83% of our time at work. About 83% of the time, you're going to be at your full potential. You'll handle the task at hand. You'll handle relationships, your coworkers, your colleagues, employees, your team, customers. You'll handle it almost flawlessly 83% of the time. But then there's these 17% moments. 17% moments when stress begins to spike and there's a challenging relationship at work or a colleague. How you handle the 17% moments, how you self-regulate that will determine your true leadership. We often take better care of this than we take care of ourselves. Would you agree? I mean, I get down to 1 bar and I'm almost like a panic. Oh my gosh, plug it in. Right? I got to plug it in. And yet I'll go day after day after day often and not be exercising properly or have a good nutritional focus. We talk about 3 buckets with my clients. Here are the 3 buckets. I can't fill these, only you can fill these. To continue to operate at those optimum levels, to push through in those 17% moments when you're under stress, when you're finding it difficult. It's really so powerful. You've got to shift from victim to leader. So many people today are feeling victimized by their circumstances, by their work, by their schedules. They're being controlled by it. Rather than applying self-leadership and intentionality, they're almost becoming victims of our age. They're letting other people define their life, their schedule, because followers talk about problems. They talk about how busy they are. They accuse other people to excuse their own behaviors in life. Leaders are always talking about solutions. They're always talking about things that they're intentional about. And there's a world of difference. And if there is one thing that I can offer you, one personal challenge, as you go home, maybe on a flight, maybe the next day or two, you remember this point, that one of the most critical shifts that you can make that's going to impact you, your family, your business, it's going to create something very powerful, is shifting from a black and white vision to something that's high definition. Everything changes with vision. I love this quote. Vision is a picture of the future, which creates passion in the present. There was an era of my life where I was lacking vision. I didn't even see it. I couldn't even see it. It was like remember the old black and white televisions? Anybody old enough for that? old black and white TVs. And when I first got married, Julie and I had this little tiny TV. Then we graduated to an 18-inch. And then I'll never forget, we got the Sony 35-inch. It was amazing. It was about this big and it was about that wide. It took 4 men to carry into our house. Then we got a flat screen. Then we got an HD. You want to talk about the difference between a BW black and white and HD is night and day. Be a leader in these next months. Your team, your family needs your leadership. Shift from kind of a vague black and white. Get crystal clear with your vision. Let it pull you. Shift from that activity-based, get more intentional. Move right into those MVPs. Watch your business go. Shift from being really smart to being smart and healthy. And finally, make the powerful shift to going fast to finishing with a life of purpose. What? I need to do more powerful work. I need to focus on what I'm going to call my MVPs, my most valuable and profitable use of time. How clear are you with your personal vision in work and in life? Is it black and white? Is it vague? Or is it vivid? Is it Blu-ray? I want to challenge you to get very, very clear about your professional vision. You don't need makeovers. No one in this room is broken. What do you want to accomplish in the next 12 to 24 months? It's very powerful with my language when I turn it into a leadership language. That's a shift that you can make.